Well, I just got a call from the neighbour and he says he's just shot this bitch. And he's left it here at the mailbox for me. He was just heading out there on his track. She's on heat, I reckon. There's a bit of blood coming out of rear end. She's a real old dog, but I'm going to hopefully get her bladder out and put a bit of, keep her pee if she's got any left in her, because that's very valuable stuff. So, righto, what I'm thinking I might do is I might drag her around and maybe put a bit of her blood near the traps, and her mate might come in there and get caught tonight. So, see what happens. Well, just when I come here and check these traps again, that one I set this morning, the cattle had set it off, but I've dragged this dingo bitch around and I've cut her bladder out, put her pee into a bottle, and I've thrown her bladder next to the post over there. There's been no dogs here yet this morning, but I've dragged her all the way from where the neighbour shot it, and I've put blood and all sorts of things around the trough over there, and I've dragged it up here, put blood near all these traps. So with any luck, the dogs, if they come back here tonight, they should get a sniff, but the risk is the cattle will smell the blood too. So anyway, yeah, do what you can do. Anyway, I'll keep going, and I might even take her home and drag her around past for some of my traps at home and just try and get things spiced up a bit around there. Well, my efforts last night paid off. We got a dog in the trap here near the tree. What I did is I put a bit of a blood from that bitch the neighbour shot last night, and I put it on a stick there, and this will be her mate. It's a male, I'm pretty sure. So this worked really good. Alright, I'll get him shot and go and deal with him. You get the silver bullet, mate. Woo! Hold still. Silver bullet. I really like these nickel plated shells. It's good. Big dog. Interesting, I'll have a look at the camera and see what time he's actually come over here. I'm very pleased to come over and did what I did last night. He hasn't been under the rail, he hasn't touched the bladder, that other one. So just well I put a bit of blood under that tree. They don't seem to like going under rails. Just looking here at the print track where I dragged this dog last night, and I'm pretty sure he's come from this way. Cattle have set this trap off again, so I might pull it up anyway. They might have even set it off before he come along, so thankfully he had blood on that tree. He's gone past this one and got caught in the next one. So yeah, very, very good. I might reset that trap. I'll leave this one pull this one up, I'll leave the one under the rail set, and I'll reset that one again and see what happens. Because it's between the trees, the cattle aren't really going to step on it. Don't know if there's any more dogs in the area or not, so if we just leave these 2 traps in here, we've still got one down the side of the road over there, see what happens. Trap that he was in, he's actually pulled one of the springs off the thing. Lucky he didn't pull himself out. Get rid of all his spit and everything. He's been biting the trap like mad. It was only the weaker of the 2 springs, but still, if you can get one off, it weakens the shutting force. Okay, hang you up, mate. Hope you stay there on the trip home. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, how's this for something that typical to happen? I come along, I've had the trap set in here. I had one in there and one here on the side of the track where I got that first dog for the last few weeks, and there's been no dog sign whatsoever. And so the cattle have been shifting cattle up and down, so I've been covering it and uncovering it every day. And finally I got sick of it and I thought, well, doesn't seem to be any dog activity around here. I pulled them up yesterday. And last night, dogs. They've stood all over right where I had the trap set. They're smelling the blood for this other one. So hopefully they've gone up ahead and I've got one in the trap up further. We'll see what happens. Typical. Second time in the last 2 trapping runs that I've had dogs come the night after I pulled the traps, and I would have got caught. Anyway, see what's up ahead here. Well, I was just about giving up hope for the morning and come over here to check the last trap. One more trap, and we got a dog here trying to climb the trees in the lime bush. So that's good. Been trying to get these mongrels for a fair while. It's a male, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, we'll go and shoot him and move on. Okay, so I've got this one reset now. I put a bit of a branch here to try and, well, it's a bit of a stepping thing for him to get over, step over onto it, but also to try and stop the cattle from getting here and stepping on it all too. I got him dragging on, hooking on the back, and I'll drag him past my other traps too, so just increase the chances of them having to get working too, and not be able to get his mate. See, there we go. I'm gonna try up and see if we can hail up some dogs. I've got the trap set down here, so I wouldn't usually do it, but if there's still a bitch in the area, I'm not sure whether the cattle have set the trap off yet today, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'll check that out later if nothing shows up at the pile. But if I got her mate last night, she might be around the area still, and I might be able to get her up and come up to a howl, or a whistle. See how we go. But tonight I'm taking out the Ruger American ranch rifle tonight in the 223. On the top of it I've got my new Thermion 2 LRF XP50 Pro. So it's a really nice scope. And I'm using on the tripod an binaural tripod with a 50mm ball head, and this is the tripod cradle from Eagle Eye Hunting Gear. It's this really nice cradle to use, and it's just holds the gun so nice and steady. Thanks Igalo Hunting Gear for sending that out to me. I'm just sitting here on this cattle trough waiting for dogs to come in, and this is all I've seen so far. Hello, any echidna just wandering around. Not exactly sure what that is. Pretty sure they're not cattle. I don't know whether they're roos either, the way they are. That one there on the right, he was just wandering around a bit. Whether it's a couple dogs there or not, I'm not sure. I might give a few howls and see what they do. That's pigs on that dam bank over there. I think they're considering coming over. I don't know, they're definitely on this side of the dam. He's come around, he's just near the bottom of the fence there at the moment. Just wait here for a bit and see whether he comes over. Oh, she keeps putting her backside to me. Got them both. There's the smaller one. I'm pretty sure there was only two there. I'll go over and have a look. Well, here's one pig. Not a real big one. There's my size 12 boot in comparison. So the other one's just back around the dam bank. So we're just over here. I had to be careful I didn't shoot the solar panel there, so I shot the first one. The other one was well clear, and it ran over a bit and stopped. And then the other one must have got up and she took off straight towards me. And I heard this noise after I shot the other one. And I just saw this black figure, even in the starlight, just go tearing past her, and she turned around and I managed to find her in the scope again and dropped her. So anyway, got this fella, and yeah, we'll go and see what the other one is. Take out this hair for a bit of meat. 59 metres. There you go, gives me my point of aim, which is pretty well spot on anyway. See if I can head shoot him. Big pig. Well, she's still not real big, but she's decent size. So, they're real shiny, clean pigs. Obviously been keeping themselves well groomed, if that's the thing that pigs do. And there you go, there's the baby down the bottom. A beautiful little scope, that one. But it'd want to be for the price it is. So, anyway, 2 pigs and a hare down. Sorry about, there's a fair bit of wind tonight, so don't know whether they're going to see a lot more. And now that I've had the dog, I've had a few shots, I don't know whether the dogs will be heading in or not. So anyway, I'll leave these ones here and come and get the hare later, I think. After I shot those pigs, I was sat here and waited for a fair while, and I was just giving up, and I was about to pack up. I just switched the scope off and I was about to start walking off home. The next thing I hear dogs howling up on the way out, or up on the top of the hill behind me, probably 1.5 km away somewhere. And so I come back over here and I've sat here and howled, but I haven't heard any more, so don't know whether it's worth hanging around for much longer or whether just go away and leave them. And I've checked the trap, it's still set, ready to go, so maybe I'll just leave them and let the traps do their work tonight. Well, here's that dog I just shot, and I do believe that he's probably the biggest dog I've ever shot. Look at these fangs on him. The top one's there, 1 inch long. He's a big, heavy, solid built dog. Just imagine the damage that a big thing like that can do. It's just incredible. Scar on his leg there. It's a great big male. He's a huge dog. It was really good to get that mongrel out. I gave up and I walked back to the ute, and just as I got back to the ute I heard him howling again. So I drove the ute up, probably 3/4 of the way here, parked it down the bottom of the hill, just over the hill over behind me, and walked up the lane, got just over the crest of the hill where I could get a view out this way, out to the next paddock, because I knew that's sort of where he had been, seemed to be hanging out. and then stopped at the top, gave a couple of howls, and next thing you hear, woo, 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 woo. I could hear him, he was howling as he was trotting and coming. And so I got ready and hit record, and you saw what happened. It was all pretty exciting. It was worth coming back for. Because I think this is a ghost dog, which I know I've seen on the cameras so many times. He takes one look at the cameras and he's off. And you wouldn't believe it, but I've got a trap just up here. He's been past it a number of times, the other side of the track, and he will not go near the trap. So I think this has been my problem dog, which has been hard to get. I couldn't trap him, and so I'm glad I persevered tonight and come over with the thermal gear. So yeah, it's a terrific effort, terrific result for a long night waiting. So it's been a pretty good night so far. Got 2 pigs earlier and a hare. Now to top it off with this one. Well, it's not actually night time now, it's morning, so be probably after 1 o'clock in the morning now. Definitely worth waiting up for. So anyway, I might go and walk back to the ute. I got nearly okay to walk back to the ute now, and then I'll bring the ute back here and I want to weigh him. I reckon he'll be at least 25-30 kilos, I think. See what happens later. 24 kilos. Oh dear. Hard to hang on to him. Hang him up like that. Well, there you go. He's a big dog. The other one I got this morning, he was only just dragging on by his nose. So that's a big animal. Just coming around, we had a bit over half an inch of rain last night, and the ground's all pretty wet, so I'm just coming around here pulling all the traps up. There's been nothing. Checked all the traps, there's been nothing today, last night, so haven't seen any sign around since I shot that other dog. So anyway, I got a dead cow up there, I dragged up there the other day, and there's another one over this way. Died, so we've got some cameras set up there, and we'll just have to do a bit of surveillance and see what's in the area. So, but I'll just pull these ones up. This is the one I got the dog in the other morning. As you can see, it's pretty wet, and he got 16 mil, but it's enough to wet everything up, and it'll slow the traps up in this black soil. Ooh, that's sharp. Nasty little prickles. Get right in the back of my finger. Get rid of some dirt off him. Got an audience coming to watch. Hey girls, you seen any dogs around? No, neither have I. So righto, I'll get these pulled up, and so that concludes this lot of trapping. Had a successful run. There's 4 dogs trapped and 1 shot, and a neighbour shot another one, so had 6 dogs out of this surrounding area. So see what, hopefully that makes a bit of difference for a while, and another lot will probably move in, but that's what always happens. But I'll just keep on top of them and keep the numbers down. So if there's going to be a lot of people that jump up and down and say, oh, you shouldn't trap the dingoes. Every time you trap a dingo, you're making more of a problem. But honestly, in the experience that I've had in this game, the more dingoes you take out, the better, because the less problems we've had with the calves. I've taken off nearly 100 dogs 100 dogs off this, or nearly off this place in the area around here in the last 10 years, and we don't get anywhere near as much problems with the calf killings and calf bites and everything. All the dog bites and the cattle and everything is what we used to. So, and we haven't had any much problems. We did have the Wayne has smashed a fence down the other day, but I reckon that was the night that I caught the dog here. And they'd walked all the way down the track and spooked the Wayne has put him through the fence, come along, and then got caught in this trap, and I shot the next one over here the next night and haven't had a problem since. Haven't seen a dog track since. So I reckon those two are the ones that have been causing a few problems. So I had to go and fix a fence yesterday because of it. So they won't be spooking them again. And yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed this bit of a trapping series and learn a bit from it. And I've enjoyed trapping and putting it together for you to watch. So if you did like it, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos, just hit that bell notification so you're notified next time I post more videos. And also, if you'd like to head over to my Patreon, any support over there would be much appreciated. It all helps with my subscriptions to getting music and for the channel, or for buying new cameras or new gear. So anyway, it all helps make this channel a bit better. So if you would like to head over there, I've got a link in the description below. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.